Well, I had big plans for this week's video. We were supposed to put the roof on the garden room, completely fill it with all my beautiful treasures, and we were off. Well, the weather struck again. Surprise, surprise. The garden room progress has been rudely interrupted by rain, and yes, more rain. Honestly, I think the snails are building an ark. In my mind it was beautiful, but the skies said no, absolutely not. Try again next week. So the sunroom's on hold, but stick around because the sun will come out eventually, and when it does, we'll be back. Until then, it's wellies, whimsy, and a bit of antique and thrifted inspired escapism. So I wanted to show you the bit of damage that had happened over the winter. The outer coating, which was like a tent material, had deteriorated with the snow and the high winds, and so we had to take all that off. We left the roof on because that was the only thing that was keeping it safe from the elements. We replaced all the woodwork, filled in, put in new windows, bigger windows on the front, smaller windows on the back. As I said, filled in up with all the wood, and then we put the screens in the windows. I painted everything in white. We started to get the furniture out. I have 2 couches and some garden furniture to go in. The dogs absolutely love this step. When the forecast said it would be raining for 5 days, so we literally had to cover everything up, and it was time to go thrifting. So I popped into 4 local charity shops over a couple of days, and well, in one place I blacked out slightly and came out with a basket full of treasures. It happens. It's practically a public service. As you know, if you watch my channel, I do not shop Goodwill or any of the shops, that thrift shops that do, well, they don't provide for local, or they don't give back to the community. They're for profit. I only shop charity shops that are helping the local communities and or missions, so it limits my shopping, but I did find some great treasures still. So obviously I'm thrifting for an outdoor garden room. I'm looking for items like vintage lighting. Last year I had too much light in the room. I used my Christmas lights and threaded them all throughout the ceiling, but it was too much light. This year I want to go for lots of different lighting options. This one was great. I didn't pick it up because I think it was it $12 or $15? Oh, they saw it was $5.99, but the candle wasn't fixed in the centre, so I left that one behind. But I'm also looking for rustic pots and urns, ironwork. Would love a nice little bistro set. The armchairs I already had, and the garden chairs. I was also looking for planters, baskets, steering away from anything glass. Plant stands would be great. Occasional tables. And I'm going to repurpose things like art that I've got in the house, and I also wanted to make my own sort of whimsical art for the space. Love this little tray. I thought it was perfect, just didn't want to pay $8 for it. Again, looking at quirky little items, things that I can put lighting in, things that I can plant things in, and lots of sconces and hanging lighting. As I said, I thought that would be great in the room, hanging in various places. I've also been looking for a basket of some kind where I can put my blankets for those chillier evenings, but I want it to be waterproof, or something that I can make waterproof and keep everything, because we just have a concrete floor. We thought about putting a new floor in, but decided let's just leave it, with the new roof once we've made all the repairs. I absolutely loved this little tea set. It wasn't a complete tea set, but it was in a really soft pink with all the little flowers on it. It was gorgeous, but each of the cups and saucers was $8, and really, no, thank you. This mirror was $50. Otherwise I would have picked this up. I would have put it on the shelf on one of the doors. I thought this was a really pretty little thing. It almost reminded me of lattice on the back. I thought that would be perfect for a little garden room. And there was lots of little pieces of furniture that I was looking at, but I do have quite a few pieces that I've got already picked up that are in the room waiting, and I didn't want to go too far overboard. I did find some really nice sturdy baskets as well. I thought they were great. I loved this throw. It was very fall, but I'd used my sunroom into the fall anyway. But I do have a lot of throws and blankets, but I thought this tablecloth was really cute as well. There were lots of materials in one of the thrift shops that I went to. I'm pretty good for material at the moment. If I find lace items and really pretty pieces, I will pick them up, but they've got to be the right price. I won't just pick them up just because I like them. I've got to like them and then be the right price, and some of these prices were a little bit more than I would normally pay. So because I had a mission in mind, I stuck to my mission, and I was only searching for things that I would actually be using in the garden room. This last place I visited, oh God, did it have some great things in it. Again, it just had to be really good and just take the things that I absolutely needed or wanted. There were this lovely old stroller, I don't know, I mean it's got to be what, 50, 60 years old probably. There were some great suitcases, but again, I do have plenty of suitcases. I'm not sure if I'll be using them in the room, but there were lots of little occasional tables. There was one specific glass dresser display cabinet, was this one. It was $150, but it was gorgeous. Now, again, this is not for outside, this would be for inside, but I just don't have the room for it at the moment, but it was a lovely piece. Another piece that I found that I was very, very tempted to pick up was this old stroller, and I thought if I lined this with proper waterproof lining and put plants in it, but then I thought, you know what, it would just get destroyed. I couldn't do that, so I thought I'll get it for somebody who really wants it. But again, there were some nice pieces. I just didn't need everything that I was looking at. I was being really good. I love the pew though. I would have had that, but that was $300. I really like this clock. Very tempted to buy this. This was $28, but I did go back and look afterwards, and none of it was working. And it would have made a nice ornament, but I think for $28, my money could go further. I loved this bowl. I do have something similar. Mine's a blue and a yellow, and it's for flowers, but it's got that lovely toile look to it. It's gorgeous. Again, I didn't need that, so it stayed there. It was very pretty. It was a newer piece, but I thought lovely for outside. This little lamp was great. Not really my style for what I'm going for, and I really like this plate for $5. Well, again, I'm being good. I was very tempted by this. It was $20, but I've actually got an idea for something for outside, so I'm going to have a go at a craft for this in the next couple of weeks. This table was gorgeous. I am looking for a new coffee table, but I was good. I left it behind. So let's have a look at what I picked up. So this is a quick overview of some of the things that I picked up. As I said, I've been curating my house, so I have other items. This is my Christmas mug. It's the biggest mug I've got, but I don't mind if it gets broken. I don't know if anybody else does that. I have some gorgeous mugs, but I'm terrified of them getting broken, so I don't use them, especially if I'm in and out, but I digress. Let's have a look at some of the things that I've picked up. This little washboard is a decorative piece. I had this up in my laundry room upstairs, but I changed things around and I really like this, and I thought this would look really nice on a shelf outside. I'm going to put some little hooks on it and hang it up. It's really cute, so that's going to be put to good use outside. I also picked up this lovely basket. So this was exactly what I wanted to put all of my blankets and covers that I like to keep outside. Now, it was $5 and it was 50% off the particular day that I went and bought these items. It's like a plasticky material, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a lid for it. It's just a little bit of damage up at the top, and I think there was a lid on it maybe, but I'm going to make a new lid for it, and I'm going to put a garbage bag inside it and then put all of my blankets so everything will stay completely dry should the floor get wet outside. So that I'm looking forward to do. This was the little shelf that I picked up. This was $3, and again I thought the lattice lent itself perfectly. It does have a couple of hooks missing, so what I thought I would do was take these hooks off, either move them and then add a picture or a little decorative piece in there, or if I can go through my stash and I can find 4 little hooks that match, I might do that. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know what I do with that. This one we saw, this is a little copper planter. I thought this was really lovely. This was $4.99, and it's just a really pretty little piece, and it's going to look lovely outside. I'm going to be putting florals in here, whether they'll be real or not, I don't know, but I thought it was perfect. So going for the idea of having many different lighting sources, I thought this one was perfect. It was $2.50. It is glass, but I thought I could either put one of my little battery operated candles or some twinkle lights. This is another one that is a little bit more contemporary, but I thought what I would do was put it, this is upside down, I've just got it on its glass on the table. I'm going to put some Rub and Buff gold on it, hang it up, and I think I will put, again, either some battery operated twinkle lights or one of my battery operated pillar candles, and I thought that is exactly perfect for what I was looking for. I'd rather there was 2 of them, but one's fine, and the way it's going to be very eclectic in there, so it'll all match. I did pick up this cork lining. I was thinking for the back of the little lattice shelf, I thought, and then put little postcards or pictures on it, so I picked that up for 50 cents. Found this lovely old vintage biscuit tin. Turned out it was from Scotland from 1935. So I really like that. That was 50 cents as well, and again perfect for outside because it's metal. No damage is going to come to that at all. $50 for this roll of anaglypta border. These are always great to put on shelves and picture frames, things like that, because you can glue them on. They stay really well, and because they've got that embossed pattern on them, this one put me in mind of lattice again. It's got ivy in the middle, perfect. I was thinking of putting this on the little wooden shelf that I picked up for $2.50. There's a little bit of damage to the shelf, but I thought this would look lovely, even if it's just underneath and I've got the shelf up high. I want to have plenty of places where I can put plants and stuff. So this little hanger was $1, and that is brass and porcelain. These little plaques were 4 for $1, and I've already made a little whimsical craft artwork for the room. This, I always pick these up. These are great for my laser printer. So I always pick them up and they go in my stash. So those two are good. And this is the shelf that I picked up. It was $5. It was 50% off. As I said, it's a little bit of damage to it. It needs a little bit of repair, but I was thinking of putting that anaglypta paper underneath. So as you look up, that's what you see. So I'm looking forward to that little one as well. This is going to be another chandelier light fitting in the room. There was a couple of little crystals missing, and they were all very yellow, so I gave them all a really good clean. Replaced the 2 missing ones with ones that I already had, and I'm going to wrap this in lights and floral, and this is going to hang in the room as one of my light sources. And this is the floral that I've got. This was previously thrifted, and I think this is going to look great all round with the twinkle lights. This cornucopia is gorgeous. I saw this and I grabbed it straight away. I didn't even notice that it's got old leaves stuck on it, but I love the way it looks. I'm not sure if I'll use this inside or outside. I think I might use this inside the room and put an artificial flower in it, but I love the shape of it. I love how it's so rustic it is. I also wanted to show you the rug that I picked up. I picked this up at it is new, it's not been opened. These normally sell for about anywhere from $45 to $85. I got this for $25 and a 1-day factory sale. I wish I'd have bought more now, but I only got the one. I also picked up this tracing paper. I tend to use tracing paper quite a lot, which is a funny old thing considering all the laser printers and Cricuts, and I still like to copy things. Anyway, I picked up this foam board. These are great for when you're making artwork and replacing the back of picture frames and such. This is lovely paper. This is like a vintagey paper. It's almost like a mottled pattern on it, and it just looks older, so I did pick this up. That was also 50 cents. And I also grabbed a couple of little items around the house that I'm going to be using, sticking with metals, coppers, golds, and of course real and artificial flowers. I had got a transferware plate that was cracked, and I was going to make a mosaic tabletop. I might make it with this tray, but we'll see. I just wanted to show you the art that I'd made out of the little wooden plaques. So these little plaques were just raw wood, and I just stained them with some wax and finished them off with a little bit of gold. I printed the pictures the best I could to fit the size of the plaque, and then I just wrote on top of them with an editing tool. Now when I was done, I couldn't see that the writing wasn't as clear as I hoped it would be, so what I did was I reprinted all the writing on a separate piece of paper and then cut everything out and pasted it on top of the original writing, as you can see, like this. I then went over everything with Mod Podge, so I stuck it on with Mod Podge and then I went over it with Mod Podge, and I'm really pleased. I made 4 of these, and I will be using them in the on an art wall in the garden room. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and don't forget to come back next week for the actual garden room tour, weather permitting. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time.